Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
I'm Jerry.
And I'm Linda.
We're the Newcomers. Hey, this is our 4th of July edition. I know it's a little bit early, but if you went around the villages, you wouldn't know it's early.
No, you can decorate your homes outside up to 30 days before the event or the holiday, and then you have to take them down after 30 days.
Right.
So, awesome.
Really patriotic crew here in the villages. And, I was surprised. We went through some paperwork the other day, and we have over 700 videos out there.
Woohoo!
So for the last 6.5, almost 7 years, we've been bringing you shows at least twice a week. And if you need to go back and look at any of them, just go to YouTube and you can go to our page and search all those past videos. Some of them are really embarrassing.
The very first year, oh my lands.
We even filmed some of them in portrait instead of landscape, and you know how I feel about that. We have a great show for you today. On today's show, an explosion in the villages.
Do people here really move 3 times?
A 9-foot alligator invades a local swimming pool.
Do snowbirds own 2 homes?
A new bubble wrap.
Hi, Jerry and Linda. On this week's Bubble Wrap, how to clean your baseboards without getting on your hands and knees.
All that and more.
Hit it, Wally.
Send us your questions, we've got your answers. Jerry and Linda's Mailbag Monday.
This week, somebody suggested that we start going to new places for our out and about. And they also threw in a little jab on me there. It said it's because Jerry only likes what he likes. That's the truth. If you know you're going to get a good meal somewhere, why gamble?
I gamble all the time. I love to gamble
I am
on
not
food.
a gambler. I like what I like.
I'm a food gambler.
And it usually involves some boiling oil.
That's true.
Deep fried everything for me. Hey, sorry about the Wednesday Night Live. We had a good show. We had a great show. But it took about 15 minutes to get it off the ground. Everything was set up the same as always, but boom, we had no audio. Still don't know what the problem was, but we quickly ditched that computer, went and got another computer, and a lot of you stayed with us, so thank you so much.
Thank you for staying with us, because
We
Jerry was
appreciate
just,
that.
oh man, he was working on that computer and trying to hit every button he knew, and he did it, but thank goodness for you, Jerry.
And thank you for watching our little video about our boat rental at Lake Harris.
Yeah.
Lake Harris Boat Rentals with the grandkids. We had a lot of fun that day. And then on Saturday, you went on a golf cart ride with us over to the Preserve, which is
Yeah, very nice.
a super nice neighborhood. Hope you enjoyed that. Hi, everybody.
Hello there.
I'm Jerry.
And I'm Linda.
We're the Newcomers. You know, you followed us through the transition of this house. You've seen us do lots of projects.
We've done the floors, we've done our countertops, we've lowered our countertops. We've done a lot of things.
Well, the countertops was a special project for us, and Raphael's Flooring and Remodeling took us through that. And Raphael has offered to do something spectacular for our viewers. He's going to donate a backsplash to a lucky winner. And that contest has already kicked off if you watched our Wednesday Night Live show.
That's right.
And all you need to do to win is register and be a subscriber. Now, how can you register? Where do they go?
You have to do this in person, and you have to go to Raphael's place, and that's in Oxford, Florida, and it's on County Road 216. It's right behind the Dairy Queen.
That's right. And you can enter every day if you like, every day that they're open anyway.
That's right.
So go in there and fill out the paperwork. That'll put your name in the drawing. You can have it in there several times. 3935 County Road 216, right behind the Dairy Queen. And Raphael will treat you to a backsplash.
Woohoo.
If you live in the Villages area, you must live locally here.
Right.
And he will take you through all the ins and outs of putting a beautiful new backsplash in your home. We think a lot of Raphael, and we're really happy that he's providing you this opportunity.
And you can sign up 1 time per day, and that goes on till July 10th. At 1 o'clock, there'll be a drawing.
We will be there, and a name will be drawn out of the hat. And if you're a subscriber to our YouTube channel, you'll win a new backsplash.
So if you don't mind, get on your phones or your computers right now and subscribe to our channel and get down to Raphael's and sign up.
That's right. And we'll see you on July 10th at 1 o'clock for the grand prize drawing. Well, let's talk about that explosion. We were on the air live Wednesday night, and we got a call. It was Peter Bernard, our star of Bubble Wrap, and he had heard a massive explosion. He said it rattled their windows. Everybody down there heard it, and he went to check it out. And
Hi, Jerry and Linda. This appears to be the source of that explosion on early Wednesday evening. It's a sewage lift station. I'll get above it here just a tad. They've capped it now, but when I was here yesterday, the cap was off of it, and I think it was actually blown off by the explosion. What they're saying is that there was some kind of a buildup of gas, possibly methane gas, and when that happened, it also blew some manhole covers, and you can see some Villages crews are back there now. I can't get back there because they're working, but I'll say that there was a lot of people that were interested in this, and they gathered here to see what was going on. There were, at the height of it, probably 8 or so fire and rescue units from the Villages. They sent some home after they determined there was not an explosive risk, but they kept me and anyone else back for fear there might have been another explosion. As I say, it happened early Wednesday evening. It shook our windows in Citrus Grove and also in Case and Hammock and some of the other neighborhoods that are nearby here, and people were really concerned, thinking maybe there was a crash or something like that. And this is adjacent to, I'm going to flip around this way, you can see there's the Southern Oaks electrical substation, and you can see the power lines are here, and that substation feeds those power lines. That's what I thought when it first came down, that perhaps there was a transformer that blew or something like that. And when I first got here, no one really knew what was going on. I found out later by going on a walk, and I ran into a couple of maintenance workers, and they told me that what happened. And they also said that the toilets, the bathroom here at the golf car maintenance building back here weren't working, but they assured me that anyone who lives in the Villages, their toilets are still going to be all right. There is a crew here from the water company, or there was earlier today, to survey the damage and see what they needed to do to get things back in operation. So just to orient you again, you can see the power lines right here. Back there is the electrical substation, and then over here is where that explosion happened. Quite a start for a lot of folks. Jerry and Linda?
it is really great to have Peter out there knowing. See, he knows what we're looking for. And anytime something happens, he's right there, Johnny on the spot, to send us a report. Thank you, Peter. And you folks can do the same. If you see something amazing, like today we're going to talk about a big alligator, send it, take a video in landscape and send it to us, or send us a video of yourself talking about it. We would really, really appreciate that. In fact, today we don't have a viewer video where they call in with a question. If you have a question concerning the Villages, concerning Florida, concerning moving, concerning getting old, just send it in to us and we'll do our best to answer it and have a good time with it. So thank you all.
This next question is from Holly. Hi, Jerry and Linda. My husband and I were wondering, as far as snowbirds, what do you think there are more of? Snowbirds that rent or people that own a second home?
Holly, we know a lot of friends that are snowbirds. I mean, I can think of 4 sets of close friends that are snowbirds, and they're gone right now. All of them are in a home up north that they own. I don't know anyone that goes up and rents. Well, I'm taking that back. I do know one couple. We know Tracy and Lana, who in the summer times generally go on a big adventure, and they will be gone the entire summer. This year, I think they're in Montana or somewhere out west, and they're kind of hosting a campsite. But most people that we know actually own 2 homes. And you know, the idea of it sounds great until you start thinking about, for me, 2 sets of property tax, 2 sets of utilities, 2 insurance bills, all that, it gets to be cost prohibitive for us, but many people make it work. So I'm sure there are both, but mostly we think people own. Dawn from Milwaukee writes, hi, Jerry and Linda. I've heard you mention cranes, eagles, and owls. What about songbirds or hummingbirds? Any of those around? Well, you know, I thought we would have hummingbirds out the wazoo here, but we don't see many hummingbirds. Just rarely will we see one. Now, there may be folks around here that feed them that have a lot better luck than we do. So in the comments, if you're down here in Florida and you see lots of hummingbirds, tell us how you do it, And maybe we can do it too, because I actually love those little birds.
Yeah.
The only birds that can fly backwards.
I know. Or in like hovering.
Hover.
Hover. Yeah. I think if you have hummingbirds, you will be having flowers in your garden. You're going to have bright colors, and we just aren't real good with flowers. So,
In Indiana, we had a bunch of hummingbirds.
yeah, we did.
Now, songbirds, there are songbirds here. There are lots of hawks here too, and ospreys, and like you said, owls. And I think songbirds are food for all of those things.
Yeah.
So we hear them and we see them. We see a lot of mockingbirds. We'll see some robins. We see some cardinals, things like that. So we got it all here, but we also have a lot of birds of prey.
That's true.
Ladies, it's the time of the show that you've been waiting for. It's Peter Bernard with another cleaning tip.
Hi, Jerry and Linda. It's a task that's just not fun, especially if you have to get on your hands and knees. On this week's Bubble Wrap, I'm going to show you how to clean your baseboards and the doors in your house. What you're going to need is a bucket, a little bit of Dawn, and a broom that you've attached a microfiber cloth. And you just need a tad of Dawn. Don't overdo it. You don't want to saturate that cloth. Get your bucket and add a tad bit of water. I'm going to use warm water for this one because I think it works better. So here's the secret. You don't want the cloth to be too wet. So I say just dab it into your water. And then here we go. First along the rail on the top. And then go back over it on the lower part. Look at all the stuff I got off that. And that's just one swipe. The beauty of this is you can go all around your house in quick fashion. And once again, you don't have to get on your knees. Just go along the top and then along the baseboard itself. Use the same cloth on the end of your broom to do the sections on the top of your door. This is where a lot of dust accumulates. And while you're at it, do some of the crevices on the door itself. Truly, it's not one of the more fun tasks, but this makes it so much easier. Just go along the top and then return and do along the bottom. If you have some real bad scuffs, you can use a magic eraser to get them off, but be careful not to take the paint off. If they're really dirty, you might have to make 2 swipes. Make sure the cloth is not too wet. You don't want to damage the drywall. Once across for me seems to be doing the trick, but if you've got a lot of grease and you haven't done this in a while, you may have to go more than once. That Dawn really cuts the grease, makes it really look nice. Don't forget the corners. They're easy to forget, and you don't want to have to come back after you put everything away. It makes it look really nice. Again, same technique, same tool. Top of your door, these are things that are often neglected, and you know there is a bunch of dust up there. You can do the crevices in your door too. Just go across nicely, and that Dawn's going to pick it up and make it cling to your microfiber cloth. While you have your mop out, you might as well just do the rails in your lanai. You've seen me clean these before. Since you have this tool out here already, just go along and get that dust off. Look at all the hair, dust, and dirt I got off the rails out here. This includes the stuff I took off inside the house. Really does a good job. An alternative to this is to use a Swiffer. Use the wet version of it and make sure it stays wet, but not too wet. I'm Peter Bernard, and that's this week's Bubble Wrap.
Folks, we don't have a pet of the week this week. I've had some submissions, but they're either no dialogue or they're filmed in portrait. So please get out there with your pet. Tell them you love them. Get down on your knees. Lay down with your elbows on the ground. Video them in landscape. Talk to them. Love on them. Tell us where you got them. Tell us what they like to eat. Snuggle up there with them. Tell them who their best friend is. Tell them why you picked that pup out of the litter or how you got it at the rescue or whatever it is. Tell us the story of your pet. We like to give you local eateries, mom and pop things, but sometimes you just got to go. Like the viewer said earlier, Jerry goes where Jerry likes, and why wouldn't we?
Why wouldn't we? You mean why wouldn't?
Well, actually, I threw this up to her the other day. I said, where would you like to go? And I said, would you like to go here? Would you like to go here? Would you like to go to Texas Roadhouse? She jumped on it with both feet.
I do love Texas Roadhouse. I do.
So that's where we went, Texas Roadhouse. The one we go to is on Highway 441. It's up in Lady Lake. It's real close to the Sam's Club.
Yeah.
Now, the hours of operation seemed a little bit odd. We got there at 5 till 2. And there was a huge crowd outside. We thought, holy cow, I thought we'd be beyond the lunch rush. But the fact was...
Yeah, we were there early. It opened up at 2.
Yeah, they didn't open until 2 o'clock, so we were among the first in there. But you go in, you know how it is. You've got a hostess on the right, and they walk you by those gorgeous rolls that they serve, those beautiful, tasty rolls. And here's a lady making croutons. Look at that.
Yum.
And then you go by the meat section, and you can look at your steak before you order it. Ooh la la, it looks great. We did a live feed from there, as we do so often when we go out to eat. And they brought us a basket of those delicious rolls. They were great. They gave Linda a pack of peanuts.
Yes.
She loves the peanuts. Yes. They used to offer them to you in buckets, and you'd eat them, and you just throw your things.
Yeah.
And she did. No, she's very neat. But they don't do that anymore. They give you a little package, and actually we saved those, and Linda's building a collection of them here. Our waitress, Gina, she brought us drinks. I got the sweet tea. Have you ever noticed some places know how to make the sweet tea?
Yeah.
Texas Roadhouse is one of them. It is so good. It is delicious sweet tea.
Yeah.
And we finished those rolls off pretty quick, and they brought us more after Linda ate them.
I hate one.
And I tried to do a good deed, and I got scolded because those rolls are so soft they're hard to cut. So I like to cut it for her.
He does. He always cuts my
rolls. I put that
rolls.
cinnamon butter on there, and she then told me that she doesn't like the cinnamon butter.
I don't.
I love the cinnamon butter.
I like cinnamon butter on my toast in the morning, but I don't want it on a roll at lunch. I would rather have just regular butter.
They offered an early bird special. If you came there between 2 and 5, you could get it, and they had some really nice offerings. But I chose the country fried steak dinner, and it was great, man. It was big. The manager stopped by her table. She says, how do you like it? I said, I love it. And they had that breading on there. You know, the kind when you make it at home, you can't get it to stay on. Well, it stayed on really good on these. And it was tasty. She told me they pound those sirloin steaks out. They pound the heck out of them, and it's flat. Yeah. Almost like those Indiana tenderloins.
Right.
They pound those babies out too. Yeah. But anyway, it was really good. I got mashed potatoes with gravy. And what else did I get? Corn, buttered corn. Yeah. What'd you get?
I had a 6-ounce sirloin, and it was good. It was real good. I only ate half of it. Brought some home for the next meal, next day. And then I had a salad with blue cheese. I'm a blue cheese freak. And then I love, what else do I have? Baked potato sour cream is my fave. So anyway, it was a great meal.
I ate slow, and actually I brought half of mine home, and she brought half of hers home.
Yeah.
And so you're making 2 meals out of one.
That's
so
right.
I like that.
And if you go between 2 and 5, that's when the prices are cut a little bit. They have a lunch prices
$12.99
instead of the $14.99 or something like that on the steak. So that's pretty good.
They had one of those little stations that you could see your bill, put your credit card in, pay it, add your tip, and that was that. Our bill came to about $31 for 2, and then we added a tip onto that. It came to about $37. Pretty darn good meal, if I say so.
It was delicious. Yeah.
From time to time, we get things in the mail, and we wanted to share a few of them with today. We have a surprise. We don't know what's in here. It's from Springfield, Illinois.
There we go.
Let's open this, and we'll share. We have no idea what it is. Somebody sent.
This comes to our mailbox in Fruitland Park, and we go probably like once a week. We don't go there every day.
No.
And so when we go there, every once in a while,
Don't send us any ice cream.
Well, you're right. And so once in a while, we'll get a surprise. So it's really nice. Ooh,
oh, man.
You opened the wrong edge.
Can I get scissors?
Yeah, there's probably a pull tab right here. Right there. Pull that this way. He not paying attention. There you go. You got into
I made it very easy.
Yeah.
I got insulation coming out over here. Look at this.
Hope it's not asbestos.
Oh, the insulation's coming out.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm opening it.
Ooh, there's a card.
There's a card. You want to open
Yes,
that?
I do.
Oh, this
Yes,
is
I do.
nice.
Oh,
Somebody.
Let me read it first.
Somebody's.
Except I better get my. Oh, look at there.
Oh, it's Abraham Lincoln, one of my heroes.
All right.
101 Things You Didn't Know About Lincoln. Look at this book.
Oh.
That's
Bobby
from
and
Springfield,
Carla.
Illinois.
Bobby and Carla, thank you so much. This is nice. Very
The
nice.
Bolts, I bet.
Oh.
Bobby Bolt. Mr. Lightning. Thank you, guys. Hey,
Oh, super.
let's look here. Let's see this. Holy cow. This is yours. No, maybe it's mine.
Because there's two in here.
A 2XL. This is mine.
Oh, so sweet.
Let's see what it is.
Oh,
It's got Lincoln on it. Look
Oh,
at
my
that.
goodness. What?
Bobby and Carla, thank you.
This-
We've never opened anything
this
on
is
the air
sweet. This
before.
is
What a
sweet.
good one to start with.
This is true. Oh, very nice. Sweet, sweet, sweet.
Oh,
Super job.
and from the Abraham Lincoln Presidential Library and Museum.
Super nice.
That's nice. It's got plastic on it. I'll open that later, but I wonder what it is. Chocolate caramels. Ooh la! And 101 Things About Lincoln.
Well, Bobby and Carla, when you get here, we hope to meet you.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll read that card later. It's a
That's
long,
very,
nice
very
card.
nice.
So
Very
thank you for sending that. But we got a couple other things this week I want to share with you. Remember our show last week when I shared with you my garage renovation? And I went around and I showed you all the lights and the air conditioner and the tool chest and took a picture of my workbench. Well, one of the VPs over at Lowe's was watching our show, which I'm really thrilled about. And we got a delivery. We had an orange shop vac, and now from Lowe's, look at this. We got a shop vac.
Oh,
and I'm
wow.
so thrilled with that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice.
And we'll get that orange one out of there, right?
That's the truth. That thing is ancient. That
And
thing
one
is.
more thing. Now this came,
Oh, boy.
and it is from the Bidet Company Service
Bidet.
Bidet.
Oh,
It's,
Whoa.
my gosh.
So,
because you know I love a good bidet.
pull these up.
What?
You're,
You're good at
you
this.
make it hard.
You're good at this.
I like to open boxes.
Well, you open a lot more boxes than I do. Okay, it looks like we got something cool here.
Yeah, I guess y'all guessed it. Bidet means bidet. Another one. We're gonna be clean. Yeah.
I'll get better at this.
Put your feet on both sides.
I gotta
There you
use my
go.
toes. I get a new toilet seat, I get real excited. So this is from Lydia at manybidets.com.
M-A-N-Y.
It's the Eco Nova. Now I'm going to tell you, they sent this to us without request. They didn't ask us for anything. We're going to try it out. It's looks like a deluxe. All the soft close. Who doesn't want a soft close toilet seat? We don't know anything about it yet, but we will give it a shot. We'll do a live report.
Well, okay.
Well, thank you, Lydia, with Many Bidets.
Yes.
Thank you, Lowe's, for that beautiful shop vac, and thank you, Bobby and Carla.
It's got a rose.
That was so thoughtful. What a wonderful gift.
Here, this goes with it. It's got
What would it go with?
Yeah, the bidet.
Oh, look. You want a little more? Give it a little of this. A little to the left, a little to the right. Whatever you want.
Stand up, sit down.
Fight. All right, that's good stuff. Put this right back here.
Very nice. Thank you all for sending things to us. We enjoy that, and you don't need to do that. But
What a
it's a
thrill.
lot of fun.
It's like birthday. We have 3 questions basically on the same subject, so we're going to combine them. The first one here is from Lavinia. She said she thought it might make a fun and educational YouTube episode chatting with a few residents who've made the triple leap to hear about their stories and insights. Now, that triple leap is what?
It means they've moved 3 times as they've lived in the villages, moved up to different homes 3 different times.
We heard it from the first day we came here, that people say, oh, you'll move 3 times. Now, here's one from Doug Smizanski. The knowledge is residents seem to move once or twice after moving to the villages. You're right, Doug. People often do change homes here. And also another one, and I'm not sure who this is from. It might be Linda. Not you, though.
Another Linda.
Why do so many folks move 3 times after arriving in the villages? Is it buyer's remorse? Is it golf cart garage envy? Did they get too close to the pickleball courts and then realize it wasn't for them? Well, all those are good reasons.
All those are reasons.
Maybe you have a crazy neighbor. Maybe the sun is bright on your lanai and you don't like it that way. Maybe you want more sun on your lanai. Maybe you want more privacy.
Maybe you've seen other people's homes and you go, oh, I'd like to have a pantry too. Or I want another garage that's bigger than the golf cart garage.
Yeah. Or maybe we know friends that moved into a villa. In fact, I know at least 3 friends that bought a villa first and then upgraded to a designer home because they found out it just wasn't big enough. And, you know, some of those villas have the washer dryer in the garage, and that's something you said you couldn't really get used to. But sometimes people have an income drop for one reason or another, or sometimes they'll have an income gain or an inheritance, and they'll want to buy a bigger home.
Or they become a widower, and they want to downsize to a smaller place. Lots of reasons to move.
Maybe you bought an older home, and now all the new homes are coming, and they've got these home shows and Street of Dreams, and you've seen that, and you think, oh man, I need a new home. I deserve a new home. So a lot of reasons why they move. I think we're going to stay here. The only reason we would move would be if we found just a perfect house with a little more privacy. But we're pretty private here.
Pretty private.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
And we absolutely love the house. You know, like we told you, after we've had these floors put in, the countertop changed. We've done so many improvements that we just love it.
This next question is from Gary. With an average age in the low 70s and the hot Florida weather, are all the pool lifeguards trained in CPR as a requirement to work in the villages? Well, Gary, there are no lifeguards here.
None we know of, anyway.
You swim at your own risk, and there are CPR machines available, and there is a program where, what's that called, Jerry?
ADT.
ADT?
No, not ADT, is that it?
No, that's the...
EDT? ACT?
Anyway, there are boxes with defibrillators.
AED.
AED program. And too many letters. But anyway, that's available around. So hopefully if you're swimming and something would happen, someone close is by. So, and there's also phones there at the pools to call 911. So that's good.
Yeah.
No lifeguards.
These pools are a max 5 feet deep.
Yeah.
Although, you know, you've heard since you were a kid, you
Right.
can drown in a little bit of water.
That's right.
But they're not that deep, and most times you're going to have other people in the pool with you. And very few children. You know, children are the big drowning risk.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, they do have a machine, I don't know what it's called, but it can lower you and raise you out of the water hydraulically.
It did happen to us. I wasn't there at the time, but in one of the water aerobics classes, one of the participants had an episode, and they got her to the chair and was able to get her out automatically with this mechanical chair. So that was very nice to have, and all the pools have that.
Yeah. You know, one of the things we like about the villages is the wildlife, and part of that wildlife are the alligators.
Yeah.
It's ruined my fishing life. She won't go with me anymore. She won't go boat riding with me anymore. No more skinny dipping, you know, none of that stuff. And we got this letter from Doug and Denise Ray up in the Spanish Springs, and they say, we live on Lopez Lane in Rio Grande Village. We want people to be aware this can happen anywhere. We're not near any water. This gator broke through the screened bird cage in the middle of the night. He was found at 7:30 a.m. just floating, and it took hours to get him out. Over 9 feet.
Whoa.
Whoa is right.
Oh, I hope they didn't have a dog.
Well,
Or cat.
I mean, what a shocker to go out your back door and there's a 9-foot gator in your beautiful clear swimming pool.
Yeah. Okay.
Now this happened at her neighbor's house next door, but she posted these videos on Facebook, and you can see that is crazy.
So here's a question that I had, when you read that, my first question was in my mind, did the neighbors that got the alligator in the pool, did they happen to have a grill that had chicken on it the night before? Was there chicken smells? How did that alligator choose that pool?
You'll have to ask him.
Yeah, I know. I would like to know. Hey, what's going on?
Thank you for sending that in, and it was great to see those videos. We really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, you too can be a roving reporter, no matter where you live. If you live in Iowa and you see a wolverine eating a possum out in your cornfield, you can send that in, whatever.
It's time for Word Jumble.
Last week, lots of people got it. I thought it was a tough one.
You did.
The clue was, it's so hot, ... And the answer was, the swimming pool is boiling. Now today, I think it's going to be a little easier, but you never know. Today's clue, you never know. It could be a Dachshund, a Collie, or a Yorkie. Remember, if you know the answer, don't put it in the comments. That spoils the fun. But just let us know without putting it down there. Thank you.
First, we'll start off with a sweet comment from Teresa. Thank you, Jerry and Linda, for being who you are. The entertainment, fun, and information you bring to us all is immeasurable.
Well, that's nice to say.
Yes, we like to bring lots of information to everyone, and hopefully it's good information.
Yeah.
And the Villages is entertaining.
Yeah, but keep in mind, a lot of times we don't know what we're talking about. We just do the best we can, and so don't ever totally rely on us, especially if it's about financial information or real estate.
Or legal? No.
Get some professional advice because, you know. On the salty side of the spectrum, Ian H. writes, what's up with your inconsistency with your video quality? I am giving up on your channel. Best of luck. It's hard. It's hard. The video is hard. We're putting it out in 4K now. But we have some pretty shabby stuff out there. I told you 750 videos maybe.
Yeah.
Some of our early ones, but a lot of people listen to our show. They don't even watch.
Yeah.
Even though we pick out our outfits to blend in with the 4th of July motif or whatever. But the audio's tough. The video is tough. People that have done blogs know it's no walk in the park. Believe me,
No.
we do the best we can.
We do.
By the way, I told Ian, don't let our theme song hit him in the rear when he's on the way out. Best of luck, I said. So there you go. Thanks for being understanding, you other folks.
Can't turn my back on you for a second. Half that's mine. We're gonna divvy it up. It's time for entertainment. Well, this week is 4th of July on Friday. So it's a big day. For us, one of our grandchildren turned 2. 4th of July, baby. So that's going to be fun. But in the Villages, we don't do a lot of fireworks. You might see that outside of the Villages if you want to participate in seeing fireworks. But there is a festival And that's down in Brownwood, the American Celebration, and that's July 4th from 4 to 9. And there's going to be Jason Brownie Band, and resident performer groups are going to be there. Food and market vendors, so lots of fun. Watermelon eating contest. You want to do that, Jerry?
I couldn't hear anything after you said brownie.
Isn't that brownie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like brownies.
Me too. You like yours frosted, though. All right, cornhole tournaments going on, and strolling entertainment all around. So there's going to be a lot of fun on 4th of July from 4 to 9 down in Brownwood.
No fireworks, though.
Nope.
I don't think.
No. And then the next day, if you want to go down on Saturday to Brownwood, they always have the booth set up, but they're going to have an arts and craft festival that day. So on the 5th and the 6th, from Saturday and Sunday from 10 to 4 is the arts and crafts. So that's going to be awesome. So please go down to that too.
There won't be any parking on the square or probably anywhere around the square that day, I imagine.
Yeah.
You'll have to park behind. And boy, we've seen them parking a long way away on those days too.
On those special days, but always a good time.
Something to do.
Yeah.
And now it's time for Jerry and Linda's shoutouts.
You know, we always love it when you send in pictures, so we can put a face to the names that we've seen online for so long. And we just love that. So please send your photos in to villagesnewcomers@gmail.com, and we will put you on Mailbag Monday. And these folks here are just like all of you, just great people. It's the strength of the villages. You know, it's not the beautiful landscaping, which is so beautiful. It's not the cool buildings. It's not the homes. It's the people. And these are some of the very best right here.
They sure are.
Thank you all. Wednesday night, we'll have another live show. So please, if you're not doing anything, tune in at 7 o'clock p.m. on YouTube. And if you're not a Facebook follower, please follow us on Facebook. That's where you get to see more things like that bodacious breakfast that she fixed me the other day. Ooh la la. Yeah. We post a lot of short things on Facebook that we can't put on YouTube. So go right ahead and follow us there if you want some more good stuff.
If you liked our video today, please press that like and subscribe button and share it with all your friends, neighbors, relatives, and everyone you know. Happy 4th of July. Until next time.
See you when you get here. Happy 4th of July.